So I've decided that safety meetings are the secret ingredient to these videos. It's 2:30 in the morning, 2:27. I've been up now long enough to put everything back to where it belongs after bedtime. This shizzle needs to stop. I am so tired of this pattern. So what does one do when one wakes up at 2:30 in the morning? That's a damn fine question. When I get an answer, I'll let you know. I don't know. I piddle around, watch some Fantasy Island, try to figure it out. In a few minutes, I'll start my exercise routine. I should call it more stretching routine. My exercises. I did my morning stuff, my finances, my email. I even worked a little bit at my tax reports. And of course, Fantasy Island. So we're just going to go through this day. I'm planning a film later. We'll see how that works out.
Walter, before we begin, I had a phone conference today with the main office.
I really thought you were going to say it.
No, I've learned my lesson.
Have you really, though?
Anyway, they had a meeting, and it was decided that the shout-out list is just a little too long.
No shit.
Well, there's no reason to be like that.
This is my surprise tone. You didn't let me finish. No shit. Go on.
Well, they didn't quite have time to make the edits, but they'd like you to shorten it if you could. If you could maybe, I don't know who you can cut off here. We don't want to offend anyone.
Give me that. Dude, I got you. Don't worry.
Hey, gang. Welcome to my life, where anything is possible and nothing is as it seems. I'm Freedom, and I'll be your host, coming at you from within the depths of Geistopia. Welcome to My Life as a Project, an experiment in life and art, a living storyboard, if you will. Its premise is that life is experiential, and that you can and do experience the life you choose. It is based on the use of the wheel of life and the arts as the new millennium as life-building tools. Yeah, it's true.
Welcome to My Life as a Geist House Players production in association with the Center for Creative Inspirationalism. Just Us Productions, the parent company, would like to give a shout out to the following for their ongoing and oft-times unknowing inspiration and support. Everybody!
Walter, I do not think that is what they meant.
Dude, that is pretty much the only way you can offend no one. And even that's not guaranteed.
He's got a point, Johnny.
I hate to admit it, but yeah, he kind of does.
Fine, do it again and we'll work on it till next time.
Welcome to My Life as a Geist House Players production in association with the Center for Creative Inspirationalism. Just Us Productions, the parent company, would like to give a shout out to the following for their ongoing and oft-times unknowing inspiration and support. Everybody!
And, of course, a very generous sponsor who, not so much, wishes to remain anonymous. It is Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. Time, muddled. I am just still so off.
No shit.
Knock it off. I don't know. I'm still not quite finding the groove I'd like to find, but what do you want? It's just another January. Blog post reference. Tricky. I shouldn't be surprised at all that I can't quite. And at the same time, as much as I'm not quite, things are still happening and I'm still satisfied. Like I'll give you a tour then, but I really kind of tweaked a lot in here, which may not sound like much, but space and organization and functionality are the keys to my success and survival right now. So the more I can, because I was not planning
on living here. That was not my original plan. It's what happened. I'm glad it did because it's made a big difference. But anyway, and while we're on that, I want to say that, like, yeah, I've been thinking about this. Yeah, things kind of suck, and I am certainly not living a life that one tends to be proud of. However, it's been my thought, my observation, if you will, that y'all should be impressed as hell with me. Because I've got a sucky life, but I live it with such style and grace.
And panache.
Yes, and that as well.
Panache.
Right.
Pistachio.
What?
I don't know. What are you asking me for?
So yeah, I'm really not I'm not finding my groove the way I'd like to, in particularly with work, but I'm not suffering, I'm not struggling at the moment. It's just not going the way I'd like. No thing. Right? The year of no thing. No plans, no missions or goals, or just kind of taking it day by day, and no attachment to anything. No thing. It is what it is, and as long as I'm surviving, I just don't care. What did I say to the mayor coming out of this safety meeting? Basically, and I've said it before, I know there are words missing, but basically, as long as I'm alive, I'm gonna live, man. I'm gonna live, I'm gonna enjoy it, who cares if it's sucky? It's only sucky if I think about it. I mean, it's sucky all the time, but it really only matters when I think about it, because that's when it becomes a burden. I've got my page of notes here. I've got it, and it really is just notes. I meant to sit down and like almost semi-script this out so I'd have a direction and not waste your time and mine, but that didn't happen.
No shit.
But anyway, let's take a little tour of the establishment, shall we? All right, so you come in the door and there's these. So these I got at Symphony Hall. They were way up in the storage area after a remodel of the mezzanine, and they were original seats from Symphony Hall. And I have them, and for 20 years I haven't known what to do with them, but there they are. And so like this is my little living room-ish area. I don't sit there often right now, but I want to try to do that more now that life has settled down and calmed. And then we come around this way, and that's my desk area and entertainment center, cleaning products and whatnots. Those are my curtains that I hang up, and extra cords and batteries. And then we come over here, and this is so there's my dresser with my clothes and my kitchen. Kitchen's big. Refrigerator, freezer, and everything else, all the appliances, my stash of water, what's left for this week, my pantry, get a good look. So that's my kitchen. And then we come over here, and there's my altar and my spiritual stuff and books and the whatnots and the wood bin for the wood stove. And you can see there's a window, and then we come around this way, and oh look, it's the studio, cast and all. And then we back over here, that's like a medicine cabinet. It's where all the first aid and stuff is, and that cabinet I had little plastic containers like Glad and stuff, but I didn't like them out, so I made room in there and put them in there. And now we're gonna walk over to the other side.